Whoa, 5 heads.
Bullet time.
Yeah. No,
or you can just block it.
They're going for a very blue team composition here, Afreeca. They're really on theme with their colors.
Okay. That's good. And I'm guessing you don't mean the background colors of their
What?
You're not talking about the background colors of their portraits. You're talking about the Oh, you are?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the way that they
No. And you can see on the side of T1, there's a lot of yellow going on here.
Yes, a little bit of red too.
A little bit of red.
A little bit orange.
Yeah.
You know, that's another T1 color.
Not a big deal here. Urgot getting banned away.
Yeah, too strong.
And I wonder if that just means that they want to R4 Aatrox? Or what it could be implying.
Yeah, Canna did look pretty comfortable on the Aatrox, you know, regardless of the way that the Urgot was able to get a lot of value early on in the game and in the lane. I'm surprised that Karma fell that low, actually.
Yeah. And Gragas now banned away as well. I mean, Graves could just get picked up here by T1. No, they're hovering Jarvan.
Want a little bit more lockdown, perhaps. It allows Azir and MF to do their jobs a little bit easier. But definitely not a lot of great targets on the enemy team that you're going to want to be cataclysming. And so it gets changed to Olaf.
So Trundle actually rose to power originally as an answer to Olaf.
In the beginning of spring, right?
Yeah, in the beginning of spring. And now we have a Mordekaiser coming in blind. And I really don't know what to really make of this. As yeah, I'm not totally sure. It's coming in blind, and I mean I'm very doubtful that's Mordekaiser mid. It's probably more top for sure. And now what? Are they gonna pick Veigar? Well, the problem is that Olaf is so good against Veigar. Otherwise, he would be probably a champion that Fly would be thinking about. Wow, Viktor.
Viktor, man. Haven't seen him in a hot minute.
Well, set the alarm clock. We're in for a long one here. Viktor's
just lean back in your chair.
Viktor's gonna need about 30 minutes until he becomes relevant. And now Jayce being hovered. I'm actually really surprised that Fiora isn't just picked up here instantly by Canna. It is one of the most unplayable matchups for Mordekaiser.
Yeah, sometimes we see players in the LCK that are like, I am picking for the lane, I am going to win my lane or my jungle matchup, and that's that. I don't care about LS talking about comps or any of that. And then sometimes they're just like, you know what, actually, I'd rather play this other thing instead of taking the easy hard counter in the lane.
Well, T1 with the Jayce last pick into the Mordekaiser. It's going to be entirely dependent on how far ahead Jayce can get, but Mord's going to get a lot of value out of Seeker's Arm Guard against the Jayce and the Olaf. So, we'll see how that matchup ends up going. Obviously, the Azir is going to be very important. Viktor and Ezreal are going to be the real two centerpieces to this team composition.
It's a lot of magic damage.
Yeah.
When you look at it.
It's an insane amount of magic, which is very problematic.
Even the subjugate from the Trundle.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like everything.
Yeah.
In their comp is just full of it. And Olaf and Nautilus can easily go straight into MR items.
And Banshee's Veil as well for
True.
Azir. Jayce is going to be able to get Hex Drinker in this game. I mean, it's definitely easy to itemize for T1 in the later stages for sure. But they have a lot of pressure to get ahead early.
Yeah, they definitely like to. And try to eventually, cut the game short before it gets too far along against this Viktor, although they do have some late game scaling of their own in Faker's Azir. Everybody knows about this. He was actually highlighted in our opening video, the title video of 2020 Summer, where it's Faker in his CGI Azir suit up there and pulls the Emperor's Divide forward, which I really enjoyed that video.
Did you?
Yeah.
I actually think that's my favorite animation in the whole video. Is the Emperor?
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the best one, by far. Actually. You know what would have been really cool is if an extended director's cut comes out of that.
Yeah.
And the Sand Soldiers, actually Faker just rides them over to the ice cream truck.
You and Faker in the ice cream.
And then
you're still talking about the vanilla ice cream
yeah, he
yesterday.
Gets a world cone.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I really want that world cone.
And honestly, you know what, Valdez? Do not mock vanilla ice cream. All right,
No,
we might need it.
I love it.
We might need it in this game. So
it's the secret word.
Yeah.
Gets everything going.
So for a team composition that isn't trying to win early and that's trying to scale, we can really see that's in Fly's mindset here with the Scorch over the Gathering Storm.
Yeah, I don't even know. Against an Azir, like, I guess he really is desperately trying to take early trades and somehow push an Azir out, which doesn't seem very plausible.
And Faker is already losing mid lane. I mean, actually mid lane I think is lost now at this point.
What is going on? This is not normal. Not my League of Legends.
Yeah. So Faker's actually super far behind right now, and what is actually... Hello?
He doesn't have Pillar. I mean, he's just like... He's angry. He's angry. Trundle opening of all time. He's got 4 CS.
He needs to bathe in holy water after this one.
Yeah, that was a little bit wonky.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm here. I might as well, I guess. Lol.
Well, wow. I mean, Olaf is up 4 camps at the end of that red.
Yeah. What if like we're looking at you know, like 3 years down the line, we're watching like LCK 2023, and like that is the normal jungler meta. It's like become so convoluted, and it's always like Lee Sin against Olaf every single game. And all they do is just like run at all the lanes immediately, like right after they get one buff, and that is the meta. I don't think you would enjoy that world too
You know what
much.
that actually, yeah, you know what this reminds me of? Did you ever see the Justice League, the Future Vision, the movie? You didn't, of course you didn't. Just get out.
You're like saying the movie as if that's going to help.
No.
Like,
Whatever, never mind.
Justice League.
Just, honestly, just stop.
More superheroes.
Stop while you're ahead.
You're going to need Max. You're going to need Atlas on the broadcast for that one. I haven't seen too many of those.
Well, up here in top lane, Mordekaiser not really having the hardest of times so far. Gonna end up giving up one of those minions, and probably just gonna shove in this next wave, but Jayce is not having the best of times. There's another laser by Fly, who also, I mean, he took Ghost, and remember, this is the Ghost change, so it does turn on right away. I mean, Viktor is still weak compared to what he used to be at before.
Wow.
Flash forward.
Getting on top of this Ezreal real early. We do have a pillar to come in. He wants to try to block Ellim. And with the exhaust, is he going to be able to do it? The damage isn't there. They're going to lock him down and actually get the kill onto the Olaf. That was only going one direction, and now Spirit is even going to have to flash. Turns out they had enough damage to push him out of the way.
The problem is that this lane state is really ugly for T1, so even though it's a 1-for-1, Teddy and Effort are actually losing out at the end of the day because Mystic has teleport. So Misfortune's going to go back, does pick up a BF sword, and you can see here Kiin's going to come in. He's going to help Fly shove out this wave because Fly needs relief. Doesn't have enough mana to sustain through. And yeah, honestly, that's not a good look, to be completely honest.
We've had a lot of games of Viktor versus Azir.
Yes.
When was the biggest meta of Viktor versus Azir?
2016.
2016, right.
Yeah,
I thought maybe it was 17.
been many years, and then Talia rose up and put an end to it. So, Effort flashing forward. They had Ellim coming in. Spirit was here. Really nice pillar. He tries to flash forward as well. Gets tagged by the exhaust. Teddy goes forward, but Afreeca picking up a kill as well. Spirit
Press the attack.
really messing up though. Trying to persist on with his damage.
Yeah.
Not finding anything.
That initial burst of the press the attack plus the straight Ezreal Q to the face onto the Olaf, I think it gave Spirit an overestimated kind of feeling of his power in that moment, and so he stuck around a little bit too long. Is falling a bit behind on the Olaf. He's down a level. He's down 3 camps, even though the Olaf died, which is kind of interesting.
Ooh.
As we're going to have the ultimate coming in here from Kiin. He's flashing. He wants the kill right now. He's going to try to pick up that solo. Does he have the grip here once again? He's going to try to land. And, well, he's not going to pick up the kill.
Yeah.
He at least pushed Canna out of the lane.
And Canna does have teleport, so it's not the end of the world by any means.
That was a very awkward anchor. They're not quite going to have the damage. They got to follow up on this, but there's TP coming in and Ellim behind them. End Faker from the river. This is a disaster for Afreeca. Giving him 3 free kills, essentially. It's kind of like a world cone with sprinkles on top. Faker's
Honestly,
loving it right now.
The overlay does show 3 world cones, and I think that is exactly what just happened there. So the vanilla ice cream buff really coming in handy here for T1.
Oh, yeah.
As that whole thing just happened because Effort got away. So I guess you could say Nautilus brought them to the deep end.
Ooh.
You know?
Should have brought their floaties. Oh, boy.
That was terrible. That was actually awful.
That's the point.
Some people's ears are bleeding. Oh, man.
Well, break it down.
Yeah, let's break this one down.
Break down
So,
the getaway.
Mystic and Ben just doing a lot of damage, but then Mystic clicks away from Effort, and Effort would have gotten his shield back up. As we come back into live, we see a Chaos Storm.
Take it away, Ellis.
Yeah, well, Azir is going to get a kill onto the Viktor. And I feel like this game's over.
You're feeling it already?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, declared at 8 minutes, 22 seconds. That's an early one, even for LS.
I think I'm finding it pretty hard to believe that this Viktor is ever going to be of any relevance. And with the Ezreal having been put behind, I think that the Dragon conversions are just going to add a little bit too much pressure. Also, I mean, the fact that, again, the itemization that we talked about for T1 in the later stages, there's so much magic damage, and Mordekaiser just isn't a champion. So, not really sure how we arrived here. Spirit looking to sin a little bit.
It's almost like he feels desperate to get something going. He did take a nice little route here, though.
Yeah, Kiin Canna is playing super safe right now.
Oh, fly.
And, yeah, fly.
He's got his flash, at least. I thought maybe he would have blown that in the last fight, but not the case.
And I think all that Kiin is trying to do right now...
Well, okay, he's going to get that grip down, and they have a bunch of slows with the red smite. They're just going to go ahead and burn him down. That looked that was really nice.
Very wonky.
Yeah.
It almost looked like they were not on the same page with one another, but then it ended up working out, and I would be surprised if both of them weren't surprised with how that whole series of events just unfolded.
Surprising amount of damage.
Yeah. With
the red smite, the red buff. And, I mean, they just, like, kind of burned him down, almost like it was Leandri's or something. Great item, by the way.
Get yours today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only, what is it, 3,100?
3,100, yeah.
Yeah, in the shop.
I can give you a discount.
Oh, great.
Not a big deal.
I didn't know you were the shopkeeper, but...
내가 미드 볼 수 있는데, 상혁이 형.
Salesman.
야, 스킬 썼다, 얘. 우리 미드 볼게.
We're gonna look mid.
상동 아래 무빙 중. 상동 아래 무빙 중. 빅토리 잡자. 빅토리 잡자. 상동아.
Well,
나이스.
effort
Hold on,
to sink. Nice.
Nice.
Yep. Let's take a look at this one. This one's very strange. So, Canna gets hit by the grasp. Just dies? I mean, the whole thing looked very awkward.
Red smite, red buff.
Yeah.
Mordekaiser.
Yeah, I was very surprised there. And I mean, we come back into live, the item now, Hex Drinker, has been picked up. It's insane value against the entire team comp of Afreeca. Everyone on their team deals magic to some extent. Obviously, Ezreal and Trundle are going to be dealing a little bit of hybrid, but...
If you're going to go, you got to go now, but Mystic able to pop back. He will be totally fine. Ben, that's a good scan. I would actually scan the Krugs too. That's very common. He sees it, but I don't know if he actually saw it. If you catch my drift. So that's gonna get away there.
I don't catch it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fine. You don't need to.
No place.
Alright. So
Unless I'm missing something.
So wasn't there that patch where it was like, okay, the jungler is always going to get it or something? Or there's like a massive range?
It's 2,000 or it's 2,500 range on turret plates.
Yeah. So was he too far? Like, was it a vision bug? Or like, was he actually too far?
Yeah, I'm not totally sure if Trundle ended up getting it, but definitely strange. 10 seconds until Mountain Dragon. Faker is just going to shifting sands out of there. And Mountain Dragon is finally alive. T1 are absolutely in the driver's seat together.
Oh boy.
Okay.
There's no flash. He's just a sitting duck. Chaos Storm is ticking. Ooh. Okay. Did a little bit of damage. And the Viktor, it looks pretty sad to watch.
Yeah. And Hex Core totally completed at this point, but this is going to be Mountain Dragon going over, and I mean, she's getting some value here. 3 armor and 2 magic resistance.
Nice.
Wow. Amazing. Only level 9, so obviously those numbers will go up in the later stages of the game, and T1 rolling Infernal. It's the best Drake for them to get right now.
It's so big. For Jayce, MF, Azir, that's just insanity. Even Olaf is going to be feeling pretty nice. Things are only looking like bright skies right now for T1.
Yeah. Things are looking like they have total control over this game. Viktor is going to be stuck, and this is one of the problems with Viktor. He's such a heavy champion that you have to rush the entire Hex Core. Take a look at this replay, Faker. They're setting up to play Gravity Field and Chaos Storm, but not going to have enough damage to bring down Azir.
Oh, again?
So
mean.
Yeah, if Viktor...
Viktor, okay. It's going to try to force it here against Faker, and now we have the rotations coming in. Faker is going to survive, though, for so long. He's actually going to get the kill, and he will survive against any further damage. Ben and Spirit not able to get in here, and Ben is absolutely going to go down even after flashing. Pretty risky to try to go for that on a low percentage.
Yeah.
Now T1 are just getting so much on the map.
They're just so far ahead right now. They're going to extend their gold lead to about 5,000, and you can't really imagine a world where Afreeca managed to hang on here and come back, because T1, they have the pressure coming in from the Dragons. They're going to threaten Soul at a very early point inside of this game. Faker looking like he's going to raise the top tier 1 as well, and if Viktor and his machinery were a deep learning project, I'm pretty sure he would unplug himself as the best play.
Wow. He's learned so deeply that that's the only way to handle.
I think that's actually, yeah, that's the best. That's the best move, actually.
At least T1 provided them with a ward farm there in the mid lane. Fly is like, maybe I can laser the... No, I can't laser the lane. Oh. And then we just see Kiin, you see, misses a couple of skills here in this one. Misses 2 Qs, it looks like, actually, which would have killed Faker. But instead, it looks like Faker actually has Triumph with the, I'm guessing, lethal tempo for the Azir. True Shot Barrage goes wide.
Yeah. 미리 잡았어, 천천히.
We got
보내야.
mid.
안에 좀 안 좋아. 야. 안에 개피, 모델 개피. 야,
Ward is
좋은데,
slow,
좋은데,
Ward is
좋은데.
slow.
좋아, 좋아, 좋아.
Good.
야, 이재공인 조심. 이재공 조심,
The
이재공.
EMPs are out of
이재공
control.
빠졌어. 이제 아래, 여기.
Meanwhile,
Ezreal was below. Ezreal was below. Yogi, or over here. Now, interestingly enough, what I think, so the 3 wards might have looked really troll, but the reason that you place the wards in a fight like that is the opponent might actually misclick and auto attack it. So it's really key. And this is actually another thing that you can do if you have blue trinket late game and you're in a team fight. I mean yellow trinket too. Summon the trinket on top of one of your teammates that are getting auto-attacked or in a fight.
Yeah.
And sometimes the opponent might actually misclick. And that can equate to several hundred damage, depending on what it is that they end up wasting their misclick on, so...
Yeah. That's true. I never actually thought about that, but that's a cute way to min-max
Yeah,
fights.
there's
you know?
no other reason to have those wards at that fight, and it's such a decisive fight. Just spam drop the wards and hope they misclick.
Yeah.
That's an actual thing that you can do. So if you're a support player and you're in a team fight in mid-game, there's no reason to have vision. Spam drop your wards on top of an ally getting autoed by the enemy AD carry or something, and maybe there's a chance that you absorb 2 autos, and that's a lot of value.
Yeah. Definitely is, but I think Afreeca need about 7,000 autos right now to absorb because they're just getting dunked. They get clamped on here. They get sandwiched. And here comes Faker. He's going to blow them the other way, and, well, he's going to die. But he opens up a bunch of kills for his team. Oh, man, Kiin trying to land those Qs. This time he will, but he will bite the dust afterwards. There you go. That is the ace. It's not clean, as Teddy and Faker did go down, but it does not matter because T1 are just so far ahead.
Yeah, so Rift Herald is going to crash into the mid-tier 2 here. Canna going to pick up all of the proximity gold. You see the magic resistance coming out on everyone. Really nice to see. They're going to get the Infernal Dragon for themselves. Let's take a look at this juggernaut right here. Wow. 1 ability power
Oh,
picked
boy.
up for Nautilus, yeah. Truly a sight to behold. I'm not really quite sure how Afreeca is going to come back from that one.
Wow.
As we're taking another look at the replay, this is Afreeca trying to fight for vision and do stuff when they can't really afford to.
The Nautilus. Oh, let's
Viktor
take a look at
casts
this.
his ghost so that he can die sooner.
Canna 1v2. He gets stunned up here. Mystic might be fed a kill. Looks likely. There it is. He's going to get the shutdown onto the Jayce. And he's pretty much their only hope. I mean, Viktor, you know, he was never really a champion in this game. And the Mordekaiser is doing okay, but not as well as the Jayce.
Viktor's machinery right now is trying to process /FF as the command, but having a little bit of difficulty executing upon it. As the new Blast Cone effort, toying around with it really quickly, just, you know, eyeing it up.
Yeah, he's seeing all the
Honestly,
angles.
Nautilus has a very elegant strut. Okay.
Do you think so?
I do think so. The way that he manages to carry himself despite all that armor.
With all the armor, it's impressive.
It really is.
It makes you think that he's probably got a lot of muscle under that, armor.
Honestly.
In order to carry it with that much grace, I mean, that's the only way, right?
There's a lot of A lot of peacefulness in how he walks. Just pay attention to him next time he's on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, charisma a lot. And, I mean, next time he's on your screen, just pay attention to it. Take a look at him. Look at that hunk of armor.
I see what you did there. Yeah, he looks like he's skipping almost. Look at the back of his feet when he's running away.
Yeah, I mean...
Look at he's like coming up so high. Like,
yeah.
It's like he's running down the lane.
He's so happy.
Yeah. Here, let me just quickly hook this Ezreal. Oh, wait, that was a little bit short.
He wasn't actually trying to hit there. He was trying to rupture his eardrums.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think he was just kind of showing off. Ooh, look at my anchor. Yeah, I mean, the Nautilus is kind of interesting on a serious note. You know, into the Ezreal, it might be counterintuitive, but what I saw in the last fight was kind of interesting where he depth charges Ezreal, and then the Ezreal arcane shifts away, and then the entire front line gets depth charged.
Yeah.
And then there's like 3 or 4 people that are in front of Ezreal who is trying to run away. You know, it makes sense because you don't want to front tank as Ezreal. But might have to hold that thought. It just seemed like a good idea. And here we go again. But this time it's in the back line. And there you go. Wombo combo. Yes, MF is going to die. It doesn't end up mattering as Kiin. Okay. All right, Kiin. Trying to bully Nautilus. See how it is. We don't take kindly to your part. To you around these
Nautilus
parts.
called in his bros.
Yeah.
To make quick work. Showed Mordekaiser whose suit is really better.
Yeah.
That's actually what Kiin was really going for there.
Didn't
when he
take
death
very
realmed
long.
him. Yeah, he really wanted Nautilus' suit of armor.
Yeah.
Okay, T1. They're just gonna pick up the Baron. This will convert. I mean, it'll persist into the Infernal Soul. Is gonna end up getting picked up as well. Magic resistance even on Teddy at this point. Things are just.
Why are they bullying Nautilus?
Honestly, just bullying him. And this is a little bit ridiculous.
Reported.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
So we take a look at this. Make It Rain comes out. Teddy, some really nice movement. Pillar does knock him up, but then they don't have the Pillar or the bullet time.
Oh, okay.
Mystic, with the Arcane Shift, able to just tag Teddy. He ends up dying there, but again, it's just way too lost of a fight. Fly trying to do his best to run away. I mean, Viktor is just... There's a reason we don't see him.
Yeah, I don't understand the Viktor pick there. Can you name me like 5 different picks that could have been better in that spot?
Was Corki open?
Corki was open. Down here, sorry, I know you're lost sight. But
Yeah, I'm lost sight.
Trying to look at the draft.
I can't read your handwriting.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It really is.
There was no Corki ban though. I think Corki would have been pretty straightforward. It sucks because they drafted so much AP before picking their mid laner. You know, maybe the Mord pick was actually the problem. But as I say that, Mordekaiser is trying to get on top of Canna here. And not quite. Hexdrinker is going to help out a lot there, and he will just be bursted down. As they did actually kill Faker, who was alone in the enemy base for some reason. Didn't quite see that, but they did that all before the Infernal Drake spawned. So now this is a chance for Afreeca to actually take the Infernal.
Well, I think even with just 3 members remaining, it's okay.
How about just one? or not?
Well, they didn't actually get a kill, and Mystic is...
Teddy's kind of slowed up here. This is a little bit awkward for him. He gets the 1, but the Trundle will take him down. Mystic picks up the kill.
Oh, the Winions.
Casually taking out the base here.
Oh, man.
Gonna try to steal.
Yeah.
Ellim shows himself, though. Okay.
And the Ocean Dragon that they have is pretty interesting.
Nope, a little bit late there. But it was still a good smite at around 800, so.
And so, Afreeca, I mean, they're still fighting to try to stay inside of this game. We'll take a look at the replay. So, Faker, you can see him inside of the base. He summons his Sand Soldiers, but really, I mean, he gets exhausted and then just tagged up. Couldn't really get into the team fight. Mystic Arcane shifting forward just to guarantee that Faker could not ever escape here. And Teddy, with a bit of a better angled bullet time, everything just is won here, but unfortunately gets locked up. Ends up using the QSS. He could have actually ran away, but he really wanted to stand his ground. I mean, T1 still, they will win the game.
Yeah.
It's a 12,000 gold lead with 1 Mountain Drake and 1 Infernal.
Yeah, they're all so tanky. I guess it's only Faker who hasn't really picked up any MR, but he has Zhonya's on Azir, so it shouldn't matter too much. Everybody else has some form of MR, especially the tanky members. And they're kind of just hanging around here. Would have been nice to see them actually just safely take the Infernal and then go for a push, but they wanted to make the most use of their Baron buff. It ended up biting them.
And it seems like T1, they're just posturing right now. They're pinging the bot wave. They're just going to rotate down to that, escort it into the bottom tier 3 turret, and then attempt to raise it. I mean, there's a minute and a half on Baron if they want to be super captain careful, but honestly, might not be necessary. Also depends on what Afreeca tries to do. As everyone's just going to reset. Edge of Night and Maw of Malmortius on the Jayce along with Merktread. A little bit surprised that Faker didn't just get a Banshee's Veil this game. Just been sitting on Lost Chapter, picked up an Oblivion Orb. He recognized no one on the enemy team really had any magic resistance outside of that Ezreal, who has 66. Faker's penning 33. Oh, okay, he has AD2 now. What? How did he have? Oh, Braum. Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, it seems like T1 are going to be super careful to end this game. So, Vanilla Ice Cream not ready yet.
No, we're still making it. We're preparing it right now. Afreeca will have to make a last-ditch effort, but it's not looking great when they're down about 12,000 gold here at 28 minutes. The game extending because of the failed push from T1, and so I think they feel the pressure to just, you know, not try to throw anything from here and just take a safe Baron into safe Infernal Drake. Maybe go for a turn if Afreeca come into them. And they should still take that team fight.
Well, Canna and Ellim just shoving in mid-wave. They're posturing right now. Baron is alive. And if Afreeca just walks in with the mid-inhibitor still being down... Oh, actually, it just respawned. It's going to respawn on this wave. You can tell because there's no super coming out.
Trying to zone them away. Spirit is nowhere near trying to go for the steal as Faker gets 3 of them, and Mystic is going to be found in the front line this time around thanks to the Faker ultimate. And they're just kind of smacking them with the wallets here, although we do have the Mordekaiser in the backline, but Teddy's still alive is the main issue. And Viktor actually did a lot of damage in that fight, similar to the Mordekaiser, but it turned out that Teddy's wallet was the heaviest, had the most money in it, and he was able to shut down the team fight.
But I mean, still at the end of the day, this is not something that should have just happened in this team fight, and you can see Spirit waiting right around the dragon. So let's take a look at this. So T1, they burst down the Baron, they end up getting it. Canna super low on HP, effort locking up the Mordekaiser. Big knockup, but Faker going into Zhonya's very early. Ellim not able to bring down everyone as fast as he would have liked, and then Fly managing to make it away with all that MS on Viktor. Kiin ends up going golden, still ends up dying, and now T1, they're threatening Infernal Soul here, and it looks like Afreeca's just going to give it over, so probably going to be all that she wrote now. Baron buff minions in mid, Infernal Soul. I can't imagine a world where Afreeca wins a team fight.
Doesn't look likely here. The last one, I think, is about as close as they're going to get. And, you know, it was closer than we imagined, but it was still a win for T1. they had Teddy alive, and Fly kind of had to go home with his tail between his legs. So they were able to keep map control, get a bunch of vision down in the enemy red side jungle, and deny any chance at a steal onto the Infernal Soul point. And so the push is now on with the bit of Baron buff that they still have available on 2 of their members. Slow and inevitable push coming in here from T1. They're sending Faker bot. He's got range. He can poke them away. And more importantly, he can poke down the inhibitor. But just going to let mid do the work and then engage from the mid side immediately. Kiin is going to grab effort, bring him into the death realm. Makes him pretty squishy, actually. Gets him very early on in the fight, but look at that damage. Ben is going to go down, and Faker's going to sweep him up as Mystic trying his hardest, but he is just going to get bopped on the head by the Sand Soldiers. And that should be the end of this one, guys. 31 and a half minutes. T1 are going to take the series after taking game 3. So they're looking for the kill here onto Kiin in the fountain, as they're desperate. Faker needs that kill, but it's not going to happen. GG as the Nexus goes down, and T1